fur is about to fly in this fight. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to Comic Universe and Universal Fight Club. Round 1, fight! And this is where we take two characters and you guys vote on who would be the better character in this matchup. Well, who would win in this fight.
Right, exactly. So in the annotation above, from the start of the video, just got to click on. We're going to basically debate on who we think would win this fight. Hopefully sway your decision, and you just click on who you think to win.
And for the two fights we had, I lost both. Both at 66%. We have Cable and Deadpool beating out both Grell and T1000 at 33%.
Right. It's very odd. I think the same amount of you guys voted on each video. So 10 points for thank you for voting. And let's see if we can get this to grow, guys. And on to today's ballot, today's fight, we have the... I can't think of a funny thing to say or anything. I'm just going to say it, Rocket Raccoon. I'm representing Rocket Raccoon on this fight.
And I'm representing the Wookiee warrior himself, Chewbacca.
See, that's what I was looking for, something like that. And so basically, we're going to go ahead and debate on who we think would win. Yeah. And, you want to go first? Okay, I'll go first. All right, so, excuse me, Rocket. What can be said about Rocket? He's very nimble, he's very quick, he's very smart. He is a tactical genius. He is a one-man war, army, to be honest with you. Just thinking about how in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, how he took out all of Yondu's men, okay? And granted, he may have had some prep time in that. And in this fight, there are no prep time. But he has shown that he is capable of taking on probably anywhere upwards to 10 to 20, maybe even 30 men. So one Wookiee, though is a problem, may not be as big of a problem as we think initially.
The other thing is, like, Rocket can just create something out of just nothing.
That was
he's intelligent.
I was getting into that. He's a weapons expert, knows how to pretty much use every weapon that's out there, from hand-to-hand combat, like blades, all the way to rockets and lasers and things of that nature. And he is known to create some of the most powerfulest weapons known to the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's also, pretty convincing. He has convinced people to give him body parts, for heaven's sakes, and to steal him body parts, just for the sake of doing so. So he knows how to talk and knows how to handle a situation. And also the fact that, again, that he's very small, quick, and nimble. Hiding and jumping in and out depending on the setting, which I would assume would be somewhat of a neutral setting on both their halves, something wilderness based. I just see Rocket kind of just being a little too quick for the likes of Chewbacca. Not that he's a bumbling fool or anything. I just see him just having a hard time just trying to get his hands on him, or even trying to hit him with his blaster, because he's really, really quick. And again, I think it all comes down to his technical know-how and how fast he can set up a trap for Chewbacca to fall in, is basically how I see it going down. I don't see either one of these characters killing each other just because of their nature. Even though it is in the realm of Rocket possibly doing so, like from time to time he has no problem with it, but just him being another animal, if you will. I use that term loosely, but I think even if Rocket were to get the upper hand, he would see essentially Groot in Chewbacca and not want to harm him any further. But my vote goes to Rocket on this one.
All right. So let me tell you how you're wrong.
You're waiting to say that, I can tell. He was antsy, guys.
So, Chewbacca. Now, a typical Wookiee, they're incredibly strong, very durable, and they're born warriors. They're some of the greatest fighters in the Star Wars universe.
Right.
And another thing is that a lot of people seem to forget that Chewie is, like, people seem to think of it as this big brute, when Chewie is actually really smart. He's actually sometimes considered to be smarter than Han. He is a excellent hand-to-hand fighter. He's incredibly durable. Chewbacca is also very intelligent. And even if he is wrong, no one wants to tell him he's right. He's wrong, because yeah, you let the Wookiee win. You know.
That is true. They are characters that just can't handle losing, but that could also work into my guy's advantage.
They're incredibly strong. Like rip a droid in half, tear your arms off, and beat you with it. And let's not forget Chewie's bowcaster. You know, that thing can just wipe out a guy in just one hit, send him flying.
Right.
So Chewie is like, I think I think Chewie's intelligence comes into it, and he's definitely got the strength factor over him.
Absolutely.
Over Rocket. So it's all it's going to take is Chewie's just going to grab him and not let go.
No, I will be the first to admit that if this came down to fisticuffs, all Chewie has to do is grab him. I mean, if he could rip a man's arms out of his... Imagine what he could do to a poor raccoon, rip him in half, sure. But again, this is a character that I just see him being too swift and nimble, in and out, up in the trees. Chewbacca just, like... I mean, granted, that blast would probably blow the tree up, but I just see Rocket going to the next one, And I guess it also breaks down to the arsenal in which that we're going to say what Rocket has. You know, we didn't kind of go into that, but just your stereotypical what Rocket would normally have would consist of blasters, just like Chewie, and grenades. So that might play in a factor to Rocket's edge. But I will say that if Chewbacca were to get him, it would be all over for the rodent, if you will. So yeah, Universe, though, that's basically, unless you got any more.
No.
So that's basically how we see it. I'm saying Rocket all the way, Team Rocket.
You were waiting for
I was waiting to say that, yeah, I was.
And I'm gonna go for Chewie. As always, just click that annotation. Vote for who you for who you want. Do we have anyone in mind for the next fight?
I know I got an idea for a couple of people. But no one right off like the immediate that has to be, unless you have someone you want to
Actually, one of our fans suggested an interesting one that I think, because we started with a fan one, I think it's time we go back to a fan one.
Okay, that works.
And it's Godzilla versus the Megazord.
Okay, we already know who you're gonna have.
Oh, you think? So
Godzilla versus Megazord next week, guys. To make sure to come back for that. Let us know who wins this, Rocket or Chewie. Don't forget to click the notification bell to make sure you get alerted to everything that we're dropping. We took a week off because of a con, and
we're sick as a dog right now.
Yeah,
We're wounded
some
and
injuries and things like that. But we're coming full force, guys. So thanks for the support. And guys, until next time.
See you once more in the universe.